Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss the major parts of lathe machine and its function. So first of all, let us know what is lathe machine. Lathe is a machine tools employed generally to produce cylindrical object. It is said to be mother of all the machine tools. The different types of lathe machine are engine lathe, speed lathe, torrent lathe, capstan lathe and CNC lathe. So let us discuss the major parts of lathe and their function. The first part is bed. The bed is the main component of a lathe. All the major components are mounted on the lathe bed like tailstock, headstock and carriage. Tailstock and carriage move over the guideways provided on the top face of the bed. There are two guideways, inner guideways and outer guideways. The bed material should have high compressive strength and high wear resistance. So, it is made of alloy of cast iron, nickel and chromium. The next part is headstock. Headstock is mounted on the left hand side of the lathe bed. The headstock is consist of gears and clutch, which is helped to control the speed of the spindle. The gearbox also transmits the power to the other part like feed rod and lead screw. The choke or faceplate is attached to the spindle, which is provide mechanical means of clutching and rotating the workpiece. Headstock is also known as life center. The next part is tailstock. The tailstock is mounted on the right hand side of the lathe bed. The function of the tailstock is supporting the workpiece and accommodated different tools like drill, reaming, boring and tapping, etc. The tailstock moves on the guideways over the bed to accommodate the different length of the workpiece. The tailstock is also known as dead center. The next part is carriage. Carriage is the most important part of lathe. It is mounted on the lathe bed which is slide on the guideways. The carriage has various parts like cross slide, compound rest and tool post. This is cross slide, this is compound rest and this is tool post. The next part is saddle. The saddle is mounted on the lathe bed and slide along the waist. The cross slide and the tool post are mounted on the saddle. The cross slide and the tool post is mounted on the saddle. The movement of the saddle is parallel to the lathe axis. It is also known as transverse feed. The next important part is cross slide. The cross slide is mounted on the top of the saddle. Means this is saddle. The cross slide is mounted on the top of the saddle. This moves the tools at the perpendicular to the workpiece or machine axis. The cross slide can be moved either automatically or by the rotating the cross slide handle. The perpendicular distance moved by the cross slide is proportional to the amount of material removed and it known as depth of cut. The next important part is compound rest. The compound rest is mounted on the top of the cross slide. Means this is cross slide. The compound rest is mounted on the cross slide. It is a circular base graduated in degrees and it is used to obtain the angular chords and taper of the variable cross section. It is consist of cross slide hand wheel and compound slide feed screw and compound slide side knot. The compound slide hand wheel is mainly used to taper turning operation to give the angular feed. The next part is tool post. The tool post is mounted on the compound race slide. Means this is compound rest. The tool post is mounted on the compound rest. The tool post hold the tool rigidly. The next important part is feed rod. Feed rod is a long shaft extending from the feed box. The power is transmitted from a set of gear from the headstock. The feed rod is used to move the carriage or cross slide for turning operation, boring and facing operation. The last important part is lead screw. The lead screw is a long threaded shaft connecting to the headstock. The lead screw is used only when thread cutting operation is to be carried out on the workpiece. This is lead screw. For the turning operation, the lead screw is disengaged. So in this lecture, we will discuss all the major components of the lathe machine.